का वजन है 52.5 और इनका स्टाइल है मिक्स्ड मार्शल आर्ट्स।
Ladies and gentlemen, first we introduce the blue collar. She weighed in at 52.40 kilograms, representing Manipur. Make some noise for Jojo RK! And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, she weighed in at 52.50 kilograms, representing Arunachal Pradesh. Give it up for Sonam Zomba!
Come on, touch gloves. Step back, let's do it.
Guys, I am on the edge of my seat right now. Oh my gosh.
बिल्कुल जॉन, मैं भी अपनी कुर्सी पकड़ के बैठा हुआ हूँ क्योंकि ये फाइट बहुत एक्साइटिंग होने वाली है। दोनों ही लड़कियां यहाँ पे फिनिशर्स हैं। हमने जोजो राजकुमारी को देखा है।
Nice inside leg kicks for the start off for Sonam here.
And a nice response by Jojo Rajkumari.
That's speed right there. If there's one thing I know about women's MMA, they don't gas out. I don't know if the anatomy of the body or something, less muscles, they bring the same pace. 15 minutes out. There we go. She's might be the first one to check a kick for a takedown tonight.
Someone finally checked a kick, Gary. Thank you.
Oh, the game has evolved though.
Sonam doing a really good job of avoiding those kicks
Nice
and coming
judo
in.
throw.
Nice judo, absolutely.
Nice recovery at the same time. Nice scramble.
जोजो ने अपना सिग्नेचर ओवरहैंड फेंका।
Wow, right to half guard right there.
Yeah. Right into full side control.
सोनम जुम्बा जब केज की तरफ आ रही थी तो बहुत ही काम, बहुत ही कंपोज लग रही थी, बट केज के अंदर एकदम ऑपोजिट हैं। शी इज हियर टू पुट अप अ शो। शी इज बीन डोमिनेंट सो फार। दिस इज व्हाट आई थिंक।
That's the most dangerous ones, is the ones that can be composed outside the cage, get in here, then unleash it. The ones that know how to harbor their energy, the ones that know how to hold it.
Guys, Sonam doing a really good job here of controlling Jojo's hips, preventing her from shrimping out, preventing her from escaping this side control here.
And she's almost kind of in like a half side control and a half north-south. She had a north-south for a second there, but now she's back to side control. She's controlling very well. Negating the hips, we call it the Gracie pin. We keep her one hand right by the hips, and that's what she keeps doing. She keeps using her elbow to keep it locked down.
Jojo looking to get back to her feet here, guys.
Sonam getting right to the back and dragging her right back to the ground, straight into her half guard.
Sonam doing a really good job here with this pressure. Great pressure on top from Sonam.
Yeah, because she seems very technical with it, like she's very comfortable in this position. And she's dropping elbows from it, she's creating that room. It's hard to create room. It's one thing to hold somebody down, but to create room for strikes, it's a whole different animal right there. And she's able to find those opportunities.
These elbows really add up and create a lot of damage.
Oh, they suck. they add up, bro.
Speaking from experience, Gary.
They add up.
A little bit of damage on the top of the right eye of Jojo there.
Jojo's on the bottom. She's trying to control what she can, right? She's trying to keep, but this half guard pressure, which we've been seeing a lot of tonight, seems to be one of the main things that people, when they get into the ground, they're going to. And it's a great position. It's one of my favorite positions. It's a great place not to get swept, not to give up position.
Jojo looking to stand back up, got to her feet.
For some reason, I kind of want to see this fight here.
दोनों वापस से अपने पैरों पे, फाइट आ गई है स्टैंडिंग पे और यहाँ जोजो ने एक राइट किक फेंकी।
Oh, nice, perfectly timed teep for that low kick. That was beautiful, guys.
That teep was very nice. Coming in, and he stiffed it right there.
Jojo's really going to need to check those kicks, guys. Look at her leg. Look how red her leg is.
Those add up, especially if you're in the first round and there's possible 3. Those things, the lactic acid will settle down, especially when you sit on the stool. And you come out, you're like, that leg does not feel as light as I thought it was.
You know, something I'd like to see both of these ladies do is establish a jab.
true. They're going for the full power punches. And we're going right back to the ground, trying to get to side control. Sitting in the half right now.
Back to full.
Back to full.
Well, it's excellent to see that Sonam is very relentless. She's been striking continuously. Even if it goes to the ground, she's throwing it in those punches.
She's doing a really good job of timing Jojo, almost making her go.
They're just going for the knockout,
Power punches here.
That's right, power punches.
But it's excellent to see.
It is
both these ladies are striking pretty well, be it on the feet or on the ground.
Jojo faking the punch and trying to hit him with that upward elbow there.
I'll tell you, the evolution of women's MMA in India, it's amazing what it's come from when it first started here. And what it looks like now, that technicality beyond it, it's really cool to see.
It's a good first round here, guys.
Bilkul. So Gary, entire Indian MMA has grown over the last 1 decade, and now here we are. आइए चलिए देखते हैं highlights. यहाँ पे काफी आक्रामक तरीके से सोनम जुम्बा वार करते हुए, और यहाँ पे देखिए किस प्रकार से जोजो कोबरा क्वीन उनको ग्राउंड पे लेके गई, बट सोनम दोबारा खड़ी हो गई और डोमिनेंट पोजीशन में आ गई. ये इनसाइड लेग किक. यहाँ पे देखिए किस प्रकार सोनम ग्राउंड पे होके भी शॉट.
My gosh, guys, look around at this crowd. Baggy Nation. You know Mandeep is in the house.
बिल्कुल बागी मनदीप के फैंस बहुत सारे हैं. चलिए देखते हैं. राउंड 2 की शुरुआत.
Check that kick. That's what I like to see there, Gary.
Yeah, the women are leading the way tonight.
They really are.
With the technical side of it.
Sonam doing a really good job of controlling the center of the cage as well and kind of dictating the pace and where the fight goes.
It's because of the feet. She's establishing that outside distance, and that's how she's able to. I don't know if she's trying to throw that overhand right there. Overhand, cross overhand.
Yeah, and it keeps connecting. There seems to be a speed advantage for Sonam as well.
सोनम काफी भारी तरीके से एक-एक करके प्रहार करती हुई.
Trying to fake a level change here.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
one thing I
that's
was going to say.
telling.
The level changes. If they can throw in a couple level changes, it changes the whole pace of this fight.
It does.
And one of them can commit to that. But it's a matter of when you're in there, once you're kind of used to what you were doing in training and plus the nerves of what's being in there, you're going to get stuck to a pattern. If you weren't doing it from the start, chances of you doing it later on are pretty minimal.
Well, I think Gary, Jojo Kumari here looks a little bit frustrated.
She looks tired as well.
Oh! Spinning elbow, Sonam ke dwara.
Guys, that right hand continues to connect. Jojo needs to keep her hands up. She needs to cut out to the outside. We're not seeing anybody cut any kind of angles right here. We're moving in lateral movements here. Back to the ground.
That's got to be solved.
Guys, the coach in me is just dying to start screaming, somebody throw a jab.
Yeah. Say it now, they're on the ground.
सोनम कंट्रोल करते हुए यहाँ जोजो कुमारी को. और गैरी ऐसा लग रहा है कि सोनम के जो अटैक्स हैं, she has a bigger toolkit, you know, she's got everything in her toolkit. She's got kicks, she's got punches, she's got spinning strikes, and the best thing is she's checking kicks.
Yes.
Checking kicks and has beautiful control on the bottom, beautiful control up top. That's what mixed martial arts is having a well-rounded game everywhere the game goes. We're not kickboxing, we're not just wrestling, we're not just jiu-jitsu. It has to be well-rounded. That's what you train for in these situations.
Well, exactly. In the previous editions, when we saw Jojo RKJojo fighting in MFN, we saw she was heavily relying on that big right hand or a big...
If she can hear her corner, because it's really loud in here. But you go back to your instincts, and sometimes your instincts are just throwing heavy things, and it's not the best strategy always.
बिल्कुल जॉन, यदि आपको भी याद होगा MFN 10 में प्रिया शर्मा के अगेंस्ट में बिल्कुल यही प्रहार कर रही थी। वो कोशिश कर रही थी एक बिग ओवर राइट हैंड लैंड हो जाए और उसके बाद उनको वो जीत जाए।
That was a nice left hand right down the pipe. Touched a little bit of chin there.
A little bit of chin, willing to counter right off the kick. You got to wait for the kick. I guess she's willing to take it as long as she's willing to give something back.
You know, you see her continually swapping her feet, and I believe that's because her legs are getting chewed up, Gary.
Definitely. That's exactly why I think that you're absolutely right on that.
Sonam is a dangerous opponent. I'm very glad to see her here in the MFN.
जॉन, पूरे फाइट वीक में सोनम बहुत काम कंपोज थी और हमने सोचा भी नहीं था कि यहाँ पे आज केज में आके शी इज गोइंग टू शो अस अ लॉट ऑफ स्ट्राइकिंग, स्पेशली दोस स्पिनिंग एल्बोज. आई लव दैट.
I love it too.
Yeah, that's one of the things. When I see these fighters at the hotel, sometimes I analyze them, how they're composed, how do they carry themselves, because I don't know a lot of them, and I saw her very composed all week. She would talk very nicely. She's dangerous.
So kind.
She's dangerous. Those are the ones that I'm always like, I'm excited for.
Oh, that connected.
A lot of striking and counter striking.
Jojo's going to need to be very careful with that level change and dropping her hands. Sonam's going to time her, hit her with a knee, hit her with an up kick. This is a dangerous position here.
Well, that was a sloppy takedown attempt.
Sloppy.
You've got to set up your takedowns.
That's the exhaustion. That's the exhaustion at this point, right? You're getting desperate. You're not even willing to throw strikes out.
Well, I think थोड़ी बहुत यहाँ desperate भी हैं जोजो राजकुमारी. We've got Shikhar Dhawan in the house, ladies and gentlemen. This night is lit. This is Matrix Fight Night 12. Let's look at the highlights. यहाँ पे देखिए सोनम चार्ज करती हुई एक राइट किक मारी और राइट हैंड मारते हुए उसके बाद एक और किक. अंदर नहीं घुसते दिया उन्होंने जोजो को, बाहर ही रखा. जोजो दोबारा खड़ी हुई, कोशिश की एक किक मारने की. सोनम ने उससे बचाव किया और काउंटर स्ट्राइक की. जोजो दोबारा से वही राइट ओवरहैंड यूज करते हुए, बट बिल्कुल भी घातक नहीं था. फाइट ग्राउंड पे गई और यहां से सोनम ने दोबारा से डोमिनेट किया. चलिए देखते हैं राउंड 2 तक के अनऑफिशियल स्टैट्स. सोनम ने अब तक 43 स्ट्राइक्स फेंके हैं, जोजो ने मात्र 12. 43 में से 43 में से 38 पावर स्ट्राइक्स थे और ग्राउंड कंट्रोल की बात करें तो 57 सेकंड अब तक 10 मिनट में से सोनम ने कंट्रोल किया है. Well, this shows us so far the fight has been in favor of Sonam Zomba. Do you guys agree?
I agree with that, Raul.
Yeah, definitely. It's been well controlled by her, and she's working the same thing. She's well-rounded everywhere. You see the inside leg kick, you see the outside leg, you see the takedown attempts. You see it all very well-rounded. That's a well-rounded mixed martial artist that we're seeing on display.
And you know, those inside leg kicks is not something we're typically used to seeing in mixed martial arts. I love seeing that.
Yeah, it works well. Like, if you can understand how they add up quick, especially in round 3. If you've been doing this since round 1, this is where it pays off. We call it investing. You're investing into your rounds. We call it paying the piggy break.
And you can definitely, like you said earlier, you can see the frustration in Jojo. She's become a little bit desperate here.
Yeah, because she needs to find a way. Her legs are purple. She's feeling slower.
They are beat up for sure, Gary.
And then Sonam comes and takes her back, and now you got to grapple against somebody at the same time. You're running out of avenues of where you can take this fight.
Sonam doing a really good job here with cage control. Keeping pressure, controlling the wrist, keeping Jojo up against that cage. Excellent show here, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this woman is very well-rounded. Like,
she is very well-rounded.
I don't know what the rest of the division looks like, but she seems like a serious threat to the division from what I'm seeing.
बिल्कुल गैरी, सोनम अपना ऑल-राउंड गेम दिखाते हुए और यहाँ पे दोबारा से एक पंच उन्होंने लगाया जोजो राजकुमारी को. ये आखिरी राउंड है और इस राउंड में लगभग 3 मिनट और बचे हुए हैं और अभी तक सोनम काफी डोमिनेंट परफॉर्मेंस दिखाते हुए और ये देखिए किस प्रकार combinations मारते हुए. Exactly.
You saw that left hand connect, Raul.
1 and 2, basic fundamentals.
Fundamentals, guys. Fundamentals. She's checking kicks, she's throwing fundamental punches, and she's landing. Nothing fancy, sticking to the basics and landing.
I think Jojo needs to stop throwing in that overhand. It's not connecting, it's not working, and it's frustrating her.
If I'm in her corner, I'm going to say, check the kick and throw a jab right now.
That's true. That's exactly the corner advice I would give. Is you
Bilkul.
gotta stay composed. It can go anywhere. That's the crazy thing about MMA. Anything can happen. We've seen it at the highest levels. A fight that's being lost and can be won at the last minute. So you always gotta be sharp. You always gotta stay sharp all around. Never let your guard down.
Yeah, Jojo is becoming a little bit one-dimensional, Raul. You were right.
Yeah, it's definitely the frustration. You get tired, you're getting frustrated, you don't got a lot of answers, so you're just taking kicks. When you get to the wall, you don't got answers. It gets frustrating. I can completely understand that.
I'll be very interested in seeing the state of Jojo's legs at the hotel tonight, guys.
The skate and the fight stats are going to come out right after this. Will be very interesting.
Well, exactly.
The unofficial fight stats.
Unofficial fight stats. Exactly. बहुत ही अच्छा ऑलराउंड गेम सोनम ने दिखाया है अभी तक और गैरी एंड जॉन देखिए किस प्रकार वो एक स्ट्राइक मारती हैं रेंज से बाहर आती हैं एंड देन शी अगेन आस्क्ड Jojo to come inside her range and strikes again.
Yeah, she just keeps resetting and keeps coming back. You can use the same plan over and over if it's working. Don't break something that works. You don't have to.
Whoa!
Ooh, that was a slip.
That was a slip. Yeah.
Nice knee there. That was a nice knee by Jojo. You know something else I'm noticing, Gary, is Jojo is coming in and keeping her head on the center line. She's not moving her head. I'm not seeing any head movement here, and that is not helping her land her punches either.
Yeah, that's very true. So Sonam is just composed here. It's very cool to see. She even slipped there, and she controlled it. Slipped in the punches, slipped in the ones and twos, and she's very. It shows me a different level that she is on in this fight.
बिल्कुल और बहुत ही excellent head movement and shoulder movement भी है सोनम का because वहाँ पे हमने देखा कि जोजो ने एक पंच मारने की कोशिश की और बहुत आराम से वो पंच को हवा में जाने दिया सोनम ने.
I am very impressed with Sonam right now, guys. Very impressed.
Still relaxed, keeping loose, not stiff, throwing out what you need to throw, and just controlling the fight.
Look at the blood dripping from Jojo's lip and nose here.
मात्र 10 सेकंड और बचे हैं इस मुकाबले में और जोजो और सोनम चार्ज करते हुए और
What a performance.
ये मुकाबला यहीं खत्म हुआ.
What a performance by Sonam, guys.
गैरी जॉन इस मुकाबले में चाहे जो भी जीते आज ये एक बहुत बड़ी जीत है women's MMA के लिए.
Definitely. Huge win for women's MMA. Just a technicality to see the evolution of the game of women. And listen, they should be both proud of themselves. This is a different level of the game that we're witnessing tonight. It's amazing. I love to see it. Very proud of it.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Gary.
आइए चलिए देखते हैं राउंड 3 के हाइलाइट्स. यहाँ पे जोजो ने दोबारा मुक्का मारने की कोशिश की और जवाब में 2-3 मुक्के जड़ दिए सोनम ने. बहुत ही शानदार कॉम्बिनेशंस का प्रदर्शन किया आज सोनम ने. स्ट्राइकिंग के साथ साथ इन्होंने काउंटर स्ट्राइक भी किया. Let's look at the stats for this bout. Jojo has thrown 31 distance strikes. On the other hand, we've got Sonam with a total of 92 strikes.
Wow.
Clinch strikes. Sonam dominating again. 11 against 2. और यदि हम ground strikes की बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी सोनम dominant दिखी.
I would say it would be an easy decision for these judges here, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action here, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27 for your winner,